Champions. I'm your host, Heather Ashley, and welcome to another episode of Women of Her Story, a podcast dedicated to celebrating women who have made or are making their mark on our society. Today, I have with me singer-songwriter and recording artist, Analyse Vega. Thank you so much for joining us today, Analyse.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. How's your day treating you so far?
Pretty good. Pretty busy.
Busy? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's good. It's good to be busy during this time. It's either, I feel like you're either really busy one day and then the next you're just not doing a single thing.
Nothing in between.
There is no middle ground.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump right in. When did you start creating your own music?
So, I realized I wanted to be a professional singer when I was around 8, but I didn't know how to even start, and I was shy. So it took a few years, but I started thinking about writing at around like 12 years old, and they weren't very good. And I knew that, so I didn't really pursue it that much. Then I was trying to focus on school because I do struggle in school. So I can't really multitask, so I was really just school. And then really, so I seriously started writing, and I actually said, okay, I want to be an artist. So I started writing maybe in the beginning of my college career, around 18, 19 years old.
Right.
I started writing, and then, I started using my instruments to create the music. But I didn't release it until this year. I didn't release anything until this year, because again, I was trying to focus in school, pass all my grades and all that. But yeah, that's when I started really creating it.
Do you write just lyrics? So you mentioned your instruments that you use. So I see a guitar on your wall. So it's guitar. Do you is there like piano or lyrics, like all the above?
Yeah. So it depends on what I do first. Usually it'll just come to my mind. But yeah, I'll write my lyrics in a notebook or in my notes. And I use my guitar, I've used my ukulele, and I have a piano that I'm using too.
I love the ukulele.
Yeah.
It's so easy. I play because it's one that you can like teach yourself to play. I mean, I don't play very well. I can chord. I
doubt that.
I can chord under myself. I'm like, yeah, let's simplify. I like transpose it into other keys if they have like chords that I can't play.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do that too. Because it's very small too,
Yeah.
So it's like to fit your fingers.
Yeah, I feel like bar chords don't make sense on a ukulele. They're like, you like feel like it's wrong, but you know it's right, but something's off. Oh, that's funny. So you mentioned it depends on the song at what comes to you first. What is your writing process generally like, though?
Yeah, it's so weird because lyrics or even just a melody, usually a melody comes in the middle of the day for me. I'll be busy with my siblings or I'll be busy doing something, and automatically I'll hear something, and that'll like inspire me, somehow.
Yeah.
I'll create a melody that way. And right in the middle of me doing something, I'll grab my phone on voice memos and I'll just record that. When it comes to lyrics, it usually comes when I'm about to go to bed or when I wake up. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Like, if I'm not in the zone, if I'm not already, with my guitar or the piano, with my notebook, yeah, just randomly I'll start a brand new song with the lyrics that come into my head, like when I'm in bed.
What do you like to write about usually?
Most of my songs are relationships, whether they're friendships, family related, relationships in general. There are some songs about mental health too, about my mental health, yeah, the struggles and everything. Yeah.
What would you describe, what would you categorize your style in, or do you not like to categorize it? Do you like to leave yourself open to creating whatever comes to mind?
Yeah, I usually like to leave myself open, because I'm open to doing any style and genre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but most of my friends say that my songs sound more pop
Hmm.
than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I do, when I release a song, um, I do put pop. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I did just release a song that it's R&B. So
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, so that's a different feel, and I'm completely open to other things. Like maybe one day I'll do like a country EP or something. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fun. I love that you're not limiting yourself, you know. That shows that you just love music. You love to create, and it doesn't matter what style it's in. You know, sometimes certain subjects naturally are going to put you are going to indicate where you go with the style of music, I feel like, you know.
Yeah.
So what do you hope that people get from listening to your music?
I just hope that people can relate to it, relate
Mm,
to the emotions I express, my lyrics,
mm,
because I'm pretty real in my songs,
mm.
more real than a person should be, I feel like.
No.
Um, but yeah, I just say whatever I'm feeling.
Mm,
Um, so I really hope people feel that and they see that and they're like, "Oh wow, like I'm going through this. I'm glad that she
mm.
says this because I feel understood." So I
Yeah.
really hope people, just relate to it.
Yeah, that's so important. And when you're writing about relationships and mental health, like you've mentioned, I think those are, such taboo. I mean, people always write about love, but when you write more about the actual things that are going on in a relationship or your personal experiences like that, and you are real about it,
Yeah.
um, people are going to connect a lot easier than just listening to the, I don't want to say bubblegum pop, but bubblegum pop, where it's like California girls. You're like, okay, well, this is fun, but ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Uh, who do you draw inspiration from?
I look up to Selena Gomez a lot.
I love
Um,
her.
I know, I love her. She is my idol. Um, so especially with her recent album, Rare, she's been opening up.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ariana Grande. I look up to her. She's real with her songs too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, they're mostly my inspirations. Same thing with Demi Lovato. I look up to her a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. Demi and Selena are both from an area of Texas that I'm from, which is
Oh,
so
interesting.
funny. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you draw inspiration from people around you in your life as well?
Definitely. I think that's mostly, yeah, from, where my inspiration's from.
Mm-hmm.
My, my friendships, my family,
Mm,
they definitely inspire me to write something.
mm.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. Hopefully it's not the kind of inspiration that you're like angry writing about them.
Let me not say
You're like,
anything about that.
well, sometimes maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you ever question yourself or doubt yourself and your decision to focus more on music?
I definitely do doubt myself almost every day, if not every day. I do question a lot. I question myself a lot. I'll talk to my friends and tell them like maybe I shouldn't even be doing this. I'm not getting anywhere, and I'm a very impatient person, so which is not good. So especially in the music industry, it takes, a while. You're not, an overnight sensation right away, There's a lot of ups and downs, and I'll just like tell myself maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Let me just go, get a real job and just stick with that, or, not work with music at all anymore. Eventually I'll bring myself up and I'm like, music is all I know. So I know I'm meant to be something or meant to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was gonna ask, what are some ways that you're able to bring yourself out of these moments of doubt?
Sometimes I'll just look at the songs that I've written, and then I'll see I'm really not that bad. I like, this is what I love doing. It reminds me how much I love music. And I even got a degree in music, so that's how much I love it, and that's all I know, and I don't want to do anything else.
I like to hear that you look at your own progress and your own catalog, and you're like, I've done all of this. Whoops, I didn't turn off the sound on my phone. Sorry about that. Whoops.
Okay.
Super professional over here.
Okay.
But no, looking back at your own catalog and being like, you know what? I got a degree in this, and look at all this stuff I've done. I didn't want to even put out work until this last year. Like that, it's that the self-assurance is so important to be able to recognize your own work even when you're doubting yourself. You're like, no, I'm being crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's wrong with you?
What are you most proud of in your career so far?
I'm proud to finally be releasing music after a very long time of saying I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I finally did it, and I'm very proud of myself for doing it because, like I said, this is all I've wanted to do. This is my dream, to just release music. I don't have to be big famous, I just want to be able to release music. It'll be great if I became someone big. But yeah, that's really all I wanted, was to just release my own personal work and see like the world seeing what I've done myself.
Yeah, that is something to be proud of.
Yeah.
That absolutely is. So, you've talked about how it took you a long time to even be able to have the confidence to release your music. Once you've released it, has it been all smooth sailing? Is recording always easy, or have you had some struggle bus moments along the way?
It definitely has not been easy. Especially with COVID. I was supposed to release my very first EP this summer, but because of COVID, I never got to go to the studio and record and finish my project. So I stayed in a lot and didn't do anything about it because everything was closed, and I was like, I don't really have the equipment for it. I mean, I do, but it's not studio equipment,
Right.
And so I was like, I don't know what to do. I was really upset for like months. I was very upset. So then finally, after months of just like not doing anything, I was like, I'm tired of this. Like, I need to come out with something, even if it's just a single. My EP does not need to come out yet. So I was writing. I hit up my producer, telling him I want this beat. We worked together, and I was like, you know what, let me try out my equipment. I do have all the equipment that the studio does use, but not like, the professional stuff.
Not that like top notch
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So I tried it out, and I told my producer, I was like, go ahead and mix it. If if I need to redo something, please let me know, because I do not have the best mic or anything. I don't even know how to use Logic like that. So, yeah, it was definitely hard.
Yeah.
But I finally released something, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it, as far as you saying it. I don't need my EP to come out. I just need something. I need something for my sanity, something for also to feel like you've done at least something. And I know I've said something 14 times in
Yeah.
that sentence, but you know what I mean?
All we
It's
needed.
like, yeah, sometimes you're like, I don't know if it's gonna be good. I don't know if the quality is gonna be great, but let's put something out and let's make it happen. And that sucks though. That's
Yeah,
what a punch in the gut.
I know. I was so excited, and then everything just like it was
Then the other shoe
went down.
dropped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have any upcoming projects? Like what's the status on the EP? Are you going to be able to get back in the studio in the coming months with restrictions lifting a little?
I've been like trying to find studios, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna go to studio now, because I've been working with Logic a lot. I've gotten kind of used to
Hmm.
it, and my producer does a really good job mixing it
Mm.
well. So I might just do them all at home.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay,
but it
adding
might change.
extra stuff to your belt, being like, and I can do this, and I can do that.
I'm no pro, but yeah.
Hey,
Um,
practice makes perfect. Practice makes
yeah,
professional. That should be a
yep,
new
definitely.
phrase, you know.
Definitely.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, I might change my mind, because my EP, I'm gonna try to release it next year by latest March.
mhm.
So we'll see.
Mhm.
But definitely we're working on them.
You're working
Working
on
on
them?
beats, working on the lyrics. It's coming, and I'm very
Good.
excited for everyone to hear it.
Have you been doing any of I've noticed that a lot of artists have been doing like virtual acoustic concerts and virtual stuff like that. Have you done anything like that during this crazy time that we're living in?
Not really, mostly because I don't have any songs out yet.
Oh, I see what you're
That
saying. That
Yeah.
you don't have any to like original out to play for it to then be right.
Yeah,
Makes
if
sense.
I'm gonna, do a live show or something, it would have to be like covered songs, and I don't want to cover songs. That's what I usually do on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for my EP to come out, to actually even just perform them at like restaurants or something,
Mhm.
or even, yeah, do a virtual, video on it. But yeah, I want people to hear my original music. So I'm
Right.
just waiting for that to come out.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. That makes sense. That makes sense because especially if you already have like a channel, an outlet that you always release your covers on,
Hmm.
you're not going to want to repeat the process with a virtual event when you've already been
Yeah.
releasing that type of content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to our last two questions, is there anything else you want to add? Anything we didn't talk about that you want to bring up? Where we can find you, your music, all of those locations, all of that good stuff? jokes? I don't know.
Not very good with jokes. But yeah, so I just came out with a new single this month on October 16th. It's called Blood. It's on all streaming platforms. Before that, I came out with a single called Quarantine, and you could all guess what it's about. Struggles during quarantine when it started. Um, and yeah, everyone should go check that out. I've gotten a lot of responses with quarantine they're all telling me that they really relate to it. They're like, "Oh my God, that's exactly how I feel." And I'm like, "Thank God!" Like that's what I want. I mean, it kind of sucks, but at least I'm not the only one feeling this way.
Yeah, you're like, that's funny because you're like, I hope the people that listening like connect, and you're like, oh my God, oh thank God.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted. Thank you. We can struggle together.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I have that and then Blood. And I have a new single coming out next month. It's gonna be called Egotistical.
Oh.
So watch out for that.
Perfect. Side note, I mean, I'm sure that I know it's not a spooky song that you released, Blood, but your episode is coming out on the 30th, the day before Halloween, and your single is called Blood. And I'm like, oh, it's kismet. Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect.
Where can we find you on social media and on YouTube?
I use my name on everything. So Analyse Vega on YouTube. And my Instagram is Analyse Vega _music.
Awesome. I love it. Perfect. And is there anything else you wanna add in there?
No, that's really it.
No, you're like, no, I said all the things. So I ask the same last two questions to everyone that comes through the podcast. First, what is your second favorite color?
Second favorite color?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's blue.
Blue? What kind of blue?
All kinds of blue.
All kinds of blue? Any blue?
Yeah. I really like light blue, but then I really like navy blue. So I might as well just like everything in between. Yeah, because I think like blue kind of goes with the nice pastel colors, like pink it goes well with. Plus it's really close to my first favorite color, which is purple. So yeah, I just really like blue.
Hey, is your guitar blue or purple? I can't tell from here.
It's purple.
And your walls are purple. I love it.
Yeah. But my ukulele is blue.
Oh, mine's blue too. Well, I have my acoustic ukulele is blue, and then I have an acoustic electric that is like a sunburst. It's so pretty.
I can imagine how pretty. I just have a regular acoustic.
Yeah. The electric acoustic was a birthday gift years ago. Like right when I first started kind of playing, and I was like, this is too nice because I'm still learning. Like,
I don't deserve this yet.
I was like, this is gonna live in its case for a while until I can do it justice.
Have you started playing it though?
Oh yeah. Okay. I started playing it, and I have a little tiny baby amp. It's like this big that I plug it into.
Oh God, I used to have that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it just doesn't sound right in a big amp because it's a ukulele.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to hear it that loud.
Yeah.
Oh, and lastly, what, in your opinion, is the best part of being a woman?
Well, I think the best part is the fact that we're strong, that we can handle everything that comes our way, and we'll come back stronger. We can literally go through hell and back and we still fight harder than before. Especially when we're taking like for granted or taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we don't take any BS and we
Mm-hmm.
fight for what's right for us.
Absolutely.
And like I said before, Selena Gomez, my idol, she says that, us women are perfectly strong and beautiful as we are, and that we don't need anyone to tell us otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I think women are like amazing human beings, and I'm proud to be one.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with everything. You got me wanting to like go listen to a whole bunch of Selena Gomez now. It's been a second. I have her most recent album, and I loved her. I loved her on like Wizards of Waverly Place and like all of that stuff. I thought she was so funny. She's adorable. And then when I found out she could sing and dance, I was like, "Oh, queen. Okay."
Seriously, queen. Biggest queen.
Honestly, yeah, and she's awesome. But no, I love that. We are perfectly strong and so beautiful, and there's no one that can tell us otherwise, right? No matter what,
Yeah.
they think that it like matters if they say that we're weak.
Yeah.
Women, no.
It doesn't.
Nobody
No.
believes that. We're like,
We're not.
okay, go back to your corner, please. Thank
We
you.
can handle things.
Mm-hmm.
We can handle things.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat with us today. I can't wait to hear everything that you have to put out there, especially when you're able to finally release your EP. But even just releasing all these singles is amazing, and I really can't wait to see where your career takes you. I know it's going to be amazing.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Of course. We love talking to women of all ages, of various fields. As I'm sure you've noticed, we go anywhere from politicians to artists to athletes and various stages in those careers. And it's so important that all these stories are told when they're told. There's a reason that we connect with the people we do in their specific stages of their journey.
Yeah, and I think that's powerful, and I think it's great that you have this because more people need to know, everything that we do and everything, that we can do.
Absolutely. That's why we're doing
Yeah.
it. Oh, and thank you, Historians, for tuning in again. Subscribe, rate, review, you know the drill. It really helps us grow and grow so that we can spread all of these stories to as many people as possible. Follow us on the social media, Twitter at the Her Story Pod, Instagram at Women of Her Story Podcast, and visit our website at ofherstory.com. Until next week, be safe, stay healthy, and show the world what you're made of.